Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 26 Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're with you here live every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving live free picks from all the sports betting action. And, of course, today we'll have picks from the NFL playoffs divisional round, also college hoops. NBA has 6 games, NHL. Then we'll have our parlay segment for you. Maybe throw in some player props and ready to roll here. What we do here on the 26 Morning Show, we'll introduce the cappers and we'll get right to the picks. We don't mess around here on the 26 Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on? Ready for this big game Saturday?
Definitely ready for this big slate of action going today. Definitely. It was one of those days I went 2-2 and I lost a couple late. Man, the Lakers. Bums. It's just one of those games that was just like, okay, we figured that they would smash. Yeah, they didn't smash anything. I'm not betting the Lakers to smash nothing all season long. Forget it. They're just going to sneak in wins is what they're going to do. Oof. I was cheering for them late. I was like, come on, Nets, get them. It's just, you're going to lose. You're not covered, and there's no chance you have a chance to cover. I'd cheer the other way. I was hoping they would lose outright. It is what it is. On to today's action. Played a little bit of juice yesterday, but it is what it is. Massive slate today. Let's get it today. Absolutely ready to roll here. Let's say hello, Ron. Ron, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Yep. D'Angelo Russell said, take that. There's another 3 for you. Yeah, he was bombing them, and so were the Brooklyn Nets. I think that's the only reason they won, because all the threes, all they were taking was threes. It was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
But, how about New Mexico in the pit? You just can't mess with that team. That's unbelievable. So, a nice 5-2 day for me yesterday. Looking to get back at it today. Let's do it.
Let's do it indeed. Let's say hello to Solo. Solo, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. It's Saturday. I think we went 2-2 yesterday. Got paid a little juice, So last week we got our teeth kicked in the NFL, so I definitely want my money back today. Let's get to the bank.
Let's get to the bank indeed. Yeah, I was okay in college, but not good in the NBA. Thank goodness for Memphis. Memphis got the job done there against that angle there with San Antonio. You better put some pressure on the ball. They put some pressure on the ball against Memphis. That's what you got to do, because Memphis will turn the ball over. All right, let's get this one underway here on the
13 straight now.
140 without jaw, man. That's pretty good.
13 straight for Memphis against the Spurs. They're dominant against them.
Yeah, they do.
Yep, definitely, no doubt about that. All right, let's get it underway here, guys, on the morning show. We'll start with the NFL. We'll cover both games in this block. We got the Texans and Chiefs here. The Chiefs going to lay 9. There's some 8.5s up there for total 41.5. Commanders at Lions. We've got the Lions 9.5, total 55. Although there are some, the sharp books now. I'm seeing a 10 now. So there was some interesting numbers last night. There was 8.5. Then I saw 9. Now we see Pinnacle at 10. So Pinnacle, the sharp book at 10 now. So there's some money coming here on the sharp book over on the on both teams. Kansas City 10 at Pinnacle, Detroit 10 at Pinnacle. So the sharp money here on the favorites all of a sudden. Big turnover what we had last night, because it was the opposite side. I've seen an 8.5 at Pinnacle for Detroit, but man, there's been some money come in right now this morning. We'll see how the betting side goes. Circa's still at 9 there. Circa 8.5 on KC. So we've seen a big discrepancy between the sharp money in Vegas and the sharp money offshore. So interesting there with those two games. We'll start here with Rod.
Yeah, definitely. Those lines have bounced around all over the last week. We've seen them move around 10s, 9.5s, 8s, 8.5. You definitely could have found a number you liked on either side over the last weeks. We've definitely seen a lot of chalk in the first round of the playoffs. So we have one dog win outright. Other than that, it's been pretty chalky. So that's what it's looking like again. When you get 10s, it's like, and books almost trying to bait you to get some action on the other side of things in the dog price. But looking at it here, I would have to I'll still take it with Washington plus the points. Scrappy bunch. And always when it comes down to crunch time, we know that Washington's always right there. He steps up his game in the last 5 minutes of games when you figure rookies usually start to panic and make bad decisions. We haven't seen it all year from Washington. Right there, right down to the end. And you look at the Detroit defense, it's not 100%. It's dealing with some injuries still. Sure, they did get a couple of pieces back on defense this week, but still not back to the 100% Detroit defense we've seen earlier on in the season. They can definitely still give up points. I like the over 56.5 too. So those two, I like. Give me Washington plus the points and the over. I believe that's up to 56. I think we get into the 60s. It's gonna be a track meet. It's indoors. Don't have to worry about the weather there.
Yep, not there. Just think of the weather. It is a dome in Detroit. Houston, KC, no precipitation. Warmed up a little to 24 degrees. We thought we were going to be in the teens there, but 24 degrees, 14 mile per hour wind. That may be a little wind chill there in Houston, KC there for today's games. We'll get on over to Ron.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a video on this Houston, Kansas City game. And then, like Tony said, some of the sharpest books are pulling 10s now. I'm going to rescind that full game on Houston. I think it might be a Kansas City smash spot. But I'm going to maintain, like I did in the video, I'm going to keep with Houston first half. They've been covering all year on the first half line, 14-4 against the spread first half, and including that 7-2 on the road. So I'm going to take the first half. Got +6 at -114, so do your shopping. But I think you can get a little 5.5. I think Ron Hahn said he got. So, yeah, take that first half on Houston. And in the late game, another first half, I'm going to go with the Lions. They covered the first half. So let's go to Detroit to cover the first half. I think 4.5, 5 you can get right now. So take the Lions first half and take Houston on the first half.
There from Ron, we move on over to Solo.
Yeah, Houston and Kansas City, usually Andy Reid with a little rest. He's been kind of dominant. Houston, like you say, they defense improved last week. They got a little healthy. Their pass rush is alive. I actually think they put a little pressure on Patrick Mahomes, but, that spread is a little high. The numbers have kind of bounced around all week like Rod attested to, but these totals are kind of sitting the same. So I'm going to take this total under 42. Washington and Detroit. Early in the week, I was actually with Detroit, but this line is just kind of getting away, and I'm just looking at Jaden Daniels with 10 points. Washington's kind of been competitive in a lot of their games. Obviously, they won most of them at the end over the last 5-6 weeks. I think I'm on the Commanders with the 10 points.
Commanders there from Solo. I'll tell you what I think about these games. I think the Sharps are getting burned on dogs, so they're going on the favorite side, but I think they shouldn't zing. They're trying to yin and yang. Sorry. Give me the dogs here in these games. I think they're reacting to what's happened in the past with them. It's been favorites a lot in these playoffs and regular season. I think it reverses the trend. I think we're looking dogs in these games here. I like Houston playing. Well, Houston had them up 24-0 last year in the playoffs and lost in overtime. So they're not afraid of this Kansas City Chiefs. I remember that game. They played them tough. They played them tough again in the regular season, right? This year. There's they know this. They know the KC team very well. And looking at the Kansas City offense at home, averaging 3.9 yards a carry on the ground, only 6.5 yards per pass attempt. 1-4 of the spread this season at home. KC as a favorite of 3.5 to 9.5 points. Houston defense has been really good over the past 3 games as well. And then that playoff game against the Chargers, they looked pretty good in that game. Stroud's no longer a rookie. He's been here before. So this is I'm gonna look here at this Texans team plus the 10. I'm getting double digits. Yeah, there you go. That's it. I think, as I said, I think the Sharps are getting burned with the dogs, and I think they're trying to get it back with the favorites. I think they've been making the wrong move here. I like the dog here with Washington here.
We got 2 dogs outright, Tony, that won outright as underdogs now on the road. So that's not a good spot. That's not a good spot for those dogs, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that rolls here. I'll take Washington here as well as the points. We've seen Detroit failing to cover 2 or 3 at home, facing these good offensive teams that average 350 yards per game or greater. Daniels is just a man. He's been through it. He played in SEC. Right? So he's been in big games and big stadiums and hostile environments. He's in it. He played as a freshman. Our man Herman Edwards recruited him to Arizona State. He was so skinny back then. I remember those days when he played Arizona State there. But anyway, the Commanders have covered 6 straight. Over their past 4 losses have all been by 1 possessions. They haven't been blown out of the building for some time. I think since early in the season, they've been great. They've shown improvement. The defense has shown improvement. The Lions' defense over their past 3 games, allowing 7.1 yards per pass attempt. They have been dealing with, obviously, the injuries. Some of the guys are back, but again, they've had some issues defensively. But laying 10 points here against a Commanders team that has been competitive in all their games and won in Tampa Bay, which, that was an impressive win there, forcing the turnovers and getting the job done. I've got to look here.
Do you really think the Lions can stop them? If this game is – if if the Lions are up 6 and the Commanders get the ball, do you really think the Lions can stop them from scoring a touchdown?
No.
I don't either.
Yeah,
That defense is ass. It's ass. It's look at the points they've given up to teams. Sorry. The Lions defense is ass. They win games because they outscore opponents. Their offense is elite. Their defense, ass.
It's going to be their downfall getting to the Super Bowl. That's going to be because you look at Philadelphia, you got a great defense.
Yeah, Philly rolling.
Look at that pass defense on Detroit. Just as Tony alluded to, 7 point whatever yards an attempt. Yikes! You're going to get picked apart by some of them. Yeah,
game they done.
Yeah. And then again, the back door is wide open too at the end. If Detroit's up 13, then you get a touchdown in there and you get the cover. So the back door is up there.
But I look for Detroit to be able to run all day against Washington too, Rod. You want to look at that. I mean, Washington has no run defense.
Oh, I didn't say.
And you look at Washington; they're playing their third game on the road, third game in a row on the road too. It's a dangerous spot for Washington. I mean, I agree. I think it's too many points. Right. But that's why I'm sticking first half, getting in, getting out, baby.
And then getting out there in the second half.
Watch that game. This is going to be a nice one. It's going to be good.
This one is pretty good. That's why they put it at 8 Eastern here.
You don't think everybody else on his dog is going to be on Detroit in the first half to try to hump it up? Because that's just what we do. Everybody does. Every favorite humper finds that first half and goes, I'm going to take the favorite in the first half. I don't want to lay 10 in the second half. I've seen it plenty of times in sports betting over the last plenty of years where they love to hump the first half now. That's what the public loves to do because they're like, oh, I don't want to be laying 9 or 10 with a team. I only have to lay 5 in the first half. We could be up by a touchdown in the first half. No problem.
You can call me SpongeBob SquarePants because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you'll be definitely. I'm not saying that the square public doesn't win sometimes in a while, but why do you think it's at 5? I'm sure it didn't open at 5. It's skyrocketed up because it's been bet up.
Yeah, Pinnacle's still the only house in town with 10, and that is the sharpest book in the world. So all the big dollars here on the favorites here in this game. Maybe because their big dollars got burned on the dogs. That's I'm just thinking that. That's what I'm thinking about.
No, you got a point.
And then sometimes and then we're seeing circa at 8.5, right? The Vegas guys are on South Point 8.5. Chris at 9.5. So the sharps are a little mixed in this game. So although the sharpest book is Penny, so the biggest bets are coming in through Penny. Maybe it's an old Billy Walter. When you move the line that much, I got to think it's a Billy Walters move here. He's still out there, guys. He's still out there betting. When you have that much variance in the line between 10 and 8.5s and 9s in these other sharp books, I got to think it's a Billy Walter move here because that's a big discrepancy. Now you're getting juice. Now there's some buyback. You're getting juice on the 10 now. You're getting plus 115, plus 116 on the 10 if you take it at Pinnacle. So but I got to think that's a big Billy move right there when you have that much variance now in the number. DK is still at 8.5, by the way. So there you can see. Interesting just looking at this betting this early how it's moved because last night it was 8.5 at Penny. Everybody else was at 9.5. There was a huge discrepancy there. But man, that was a big move this morning. I got to think it's probably Billy grabbing that 8.5. Had to. He probably did.
Be a stupid missed field goal somewhere. Get it on that 9 number you watch.
We'll see how that rolls. But
it'll be that missed extra point. What it'll be the mixed extra point. Someone will have the cover and miss the extra point.
They're still juicing the 10. Pinnacle's not coming off that 10. They're keeping it there. But we have a lot of time left here in this betting cycle, so we'll see how
they're keeping those teasers off those favorites. That's what they're doing. They're keeping those teasers from getting down on those favorites to win the game.
That is possible. That is possible. Teaser protection, no doubt. All right, let's continue here on the Tony the Explorer Show. Go ahead, Rod.
Number wise, if you take that sample size, it's almost 50-50. Both sides. But that sample size on what you're looking at on money wise is so minute, man. You cannot rely on that in your betting cycle. I'm telling you. Don't do it. It's so minute. The little sample size you get from some locations, we won't mention any names, but it's minimal. You want to take that as a 95% of your cap? You're not going to win.
Oh no. The betting numbers, the whatever they call it. I mean, you look at the Pinnacle line, look at the Chris line, look at the Circle line. That tells you where the sharp line is coming. That's all you have to. That's all you need to know. These other books use gimmicks with their showing you the money. That's meaningless. So
meaningless.
I saw Pinnacle go to 10. That's why I said I'm rescinding that Houston full game. Kansas City smashes.
Yeah, that's got to be, that's got to be a Billy Walters move with that big variance in number from 8.5 to 10. You went from 8.5 to 10.
That was nuts, right? Yeah.
That's a big number there. All right, let's. Well, there's still some time to cycle. We could see people buy back, but they're not. They're still juicing that 10. So Pinnacle's got a position there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show as we get ready to switch on over this NBA card. 6-game card tonight. We got Suns and Pistons. We got the Suns laying 2 on the road, total 226.5. Hawks and Celtics. Celtics 11. There's some 10.5s out there, total 235. Sixers and Pacers. Pacers laying 9.5 now from an open of 8, total 224. Let's take a look at the injury report to see what's going on there. I think I had saw it last night, and there was looked like Embiid might have been sitting out again. But let's take a look here. Phoenix and Detroit. This is some afternoon action. Nurkic out. Beal will be doubtful. We know Jaden Ivey's out for a month or so with that broken leg. We're going Hawks and Celtics here. No Nance, no Rishiker, no Zeller. Johnson, questionable. Trae Young and Hunter, probable. Just Peterson, a backup guy, a bench guy, out for Boston. Boston looks like it'd be fully healthy in this back-to-back spot. And the Philly-Indiana game, we got Indiana, a clean injury report. No Embiid, no Lowry, no Martin, no C. Martin, no KJ Martin for Philly. Busele, George will be questionable. Drummond, probable. So there you are with the injuries in this block. We start off with Rod.
And for me, these couple games in the slot, I'm looking at the over Atlanta and Boston. I think back-to-back spot for Boston is still teams on back-to-back usually end up in track meets, tired legs, lots of shooting. We know Boston's just going to continue to huck up the threes. It's their favorite thing to do is chuck threes against Atlanta defense. They'll just watch them float in there. It's what they do. They had the little stretch where they played a little bit of defense, but other than that, they're back to playing Atlanta-style defense there in that one. So at 235.5, yep, we get into the 240s. Give me the over there in that matchup. And then, Worcester. Suns on the road at 2.5 going into Detroit. You know what? Give me the Pistons on the money line. I don't trust Phoenix on the road anywhere, any shape, any form whatsoever. I'll take the Pistons there as the whole dog in that one.
And then from Rod on over to Ron.
Yeah, we talked about it on the happy hour last couple of nights. You know, when we had Detroit as a home favorite, we didn't want that. But guess what? They're a home dog tonight. Give me the Detroit Pistons. I agree 100% on that one. Boston, we had that smash spot last night, called that outright, and looks like Atlanta's coming in. This is a good spot because what Rod? What does Boston do after covering the spread? No,
usually they don't cover. Yeah, but they have to change it up a little. That's normally what they do is after they lay an egg after covering the spread. But we also seen earlier after a loss, we expected to bounce back, and that didn't happen. They laid another egg. So maybe they changed it up a little here.
Nah, I'm taking the Hawks. Too many points.
I don't know. I'm just going to take the over. I think it turns into a track.
You still got Boston as 8-14 as home favorites. I know they covered last night, but that was their smash spot coming off that loss, the Raptors. And looking at the Atlanta Hawks, they do well on the road, covering the spread 8-7 as a dog on the road. So give me the Atlanta Hawks plus the 11.
Yeah, I know. I'm good without a coin flip price on Atlanta. I'm good. I can't do it. It's too early. I'm not coin flip. I'd rather I can flip a coin and go 50-50. 8-7 is a whole not for me. I don't trust
cover on the road. Still covers a road dog.
Atlanta's on my no bet list. Can't touch them. Forget it. Not touching Atlanta. Never. You will not see me. I'm telling you will not see me bet an Atlanta Hawks game the rest of the season. Never again. I'll bet the game, but I'll bet against them. I don't trust them to cover a spread or even forget it. No chance.
They had that 1 week of good defense.
They don't make you money.
One week of good defense.
One little week they played good. Other than that, they're not making you a whole pile of money. No chance. Maybe the over is making you a whole pile of money. What?
I agree on over. Absolutely agree on over.
So I can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't bet aside with Atlanta. No chance. You have to eliminate those things if you want to make money long term in this business. You can't. You can't just jam every play in the board on the board. And you got to be selective.
Got to be selective.
Not running to that window.
Not at all.
There's definitely better on this 150 slate of college. Definitely better spots to have my money in.
No doubt about that. On over to Solo.
Yeah, Phoenix and Detroit. I just don't trust this Phoenix team. Detroit hasn't looked good the last couple games, but I think they bounce back in this one. I'm going to take the Pistons to get it done on the money line. Atlanta and Boston, I think these teams get up and down. I think they push this total over 235. What's the last one? 76 in Indy.
Sixers, Pacers, yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay it with Indy. I think they're playing good ball. Just don't like the way the Sixers are playing. I'm gonna take the Pacers -9.
There from Solo. I tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to look here at the Pistons. The shooting form has been very good. Suns have failed to cover 13 of 15 against the East. The Suns 28th in road defensive efficiency. Terrible road team, allowing 119 points per 100 possessions. I'll look at the Pistons in this spot. Hawks and Celtics. I'm going to come back here with the Celtics in this spot. Hawks have failed to cover 5 of 6 on the road. They had that horrible road trip. They just looked terrible on that road trip there. Out west, so I don't trust them at all. Sixers and Pacers. Look at Indiana. This game has moved from 8 last night to 9.5. I understand why. Against these bad defensive teams that allow 46% shooting or greater, the Pacers have covered 7 of 11. I'll take Indiana in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we get ready to close out the NBA with the following games. We've got Wizards and Warriors. Warriors now 13.5. There's 114 out there. Total sits 229. Cavs and Timberwolves. The Cavs on the road 7.5. Total 227. Rockets and Trailblazers. Rockets now 11.5. Total 223.5. Let's take a peek here early in the betting cycle. Got an injury. Still Bagley, Bay, and Brogdon out for the Wizards. Anderson, Kuminga, Podziemski out for the Warriors. Green is probable. Cleveland and Minnesota tonight. We got Bates and Travers out. Okoro and Mobley are questionable for Cleveland. DiVincenzo, Miller are questionable for Minnesota. Shannon out for Minnie. And the Houston-Portland game, no Jabari Smith, but Landale is probable in this game. On the Portland side, no Thibault. Klingon, Avija is doubtful. Grant probable, questionable there. So you're caught up with the injuries. On over to Rod.
Yeah, and this spot definitely not favorite NBA card, that's for sure. But I can't trust Portland. Looks like they're trying to bake you here. You want 11.5? It was at 9.5. Now they tried with 10.5. Now they're trying with 11.5 to get you on to Portland. How about 12? Do we hear 12? 12.5 with Portland? No, can't do it. No chance. I think the Rockets run them right out of their own gym in that one. They're just playing the better ball. Houston versus terrible teams getting outscored by their opponents by 6+. 20-5 ATS are them. Rockets. I'll lay it with the Rockets. I think they win by 20 over a bad Portland team. They're just not shooting very good either. So to keep up, good luck. Not happening. I'll take the Rockets in that one.
There from Rod on over to Rod.
Yeah, my best bet winner last night on the Minnesota Timberwolves. We talked about it on the happy hour. Minnesota would get the Knicks last night, and they're going to get crushed tonight. You got Cleveland coming off that OKC hammering, so give me the Cleveland Cavaliers in that one.
There from Ron on over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm a ride. I'm going to lay it with Houston. I just don't think Portland has enough to stay with these boys. I think they pull away second half, lay it with the Rockets. Cleveland and Minnesota, I actually think this is going to be a good one. I think these teams get up and down. I think they push this total over 227.
There from Solo. Tell you what I think about these games here. Wizards and Warriors. Just going to lay it with the Golden State. I don't trust why. I know the Warriors had issues here, but this Wizards team horrible here. 2-6 of the spread on the road, facing good 3-point shooting teams. They hit 36% or greater. Warriors do play a little defense at home here, and Washington on the road averaging just 105 points per 100 possessions. They are last in road offensive efficiency, and their defense has been bad over their past 5 games, allowing 50%. 41% from 3. We're going to see Green and Curry on the bench. This game's a blowout, just laughing and pointing at guys. I think that we're going to see that in this one. Cavs.
You got to take Poole over props.
Oh yeah, there's some Poole there. He'll be fired up for that one. And maybe turnovers too. He'll get so excited that he'll turn the ball over. I like Cleveland as well here. Minnesota here against these good 3-point shooting teams at home, 2-8 to the spread at home, facing teams that hit 36% or greater from 3. The T-Wolves here, that's a tough spot going from New York to Minnesota. That's a pretty long trip back home for a back-to-back here. So I'll look at Cavs in this spot. Minnesota here, averaging just 113 points per 100 possessions at home. I think the Cavs will be, as Rod would say, mad in this game. In this one. Yeah, I know everything looks to the Rockets, right? But I'm going to take this Portland team. Consecutive home games are 7-3 of the spread at home when they play back-to-back home games. The Rockets' defensive numbers have kind of started to slip a little bit. over their past 5, allowing 50% shooting, 40% from 3. I'll look here at Portland in the spot with those points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Dixon Morning Show. Great stuff in the chat today, guys. A lot of folks on these Vikes. I don't think I've seen one Commanders in this in the chat. I say one. I think K was the only one there on the Dogs today. Everybody else has been like,
one of these dogs is winning today. Okay, like come on, it's going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, that's
a tough spot after winning it straight up and going on the road. That's a tough spot. We'll see.
We'll see how it rolls here in these games later this afternoon and evening. All right, let's move over to college hoops. Big slate, 150 plus games. I believe. I think that's what it said in my line servers. I believe there. So I got the blocks written down from last. So I'm just going to continue to do it here. So in these games, in this first block, we got 4 blocks. In this first block, we're going to cover the games that begin at noon Eastern and go off at 3 Eastern. So the games that begin at noon Eastern and go off at 3 Eastern. So those start times there, starting times at 12 Eastern and 3 Eastern. We start with Rod.
All right, so I'm just going to go. Give me one. There we go. I'm going to go backwards. No, wait, don't jump a slot. All right, so I start at the 3 p.m. ones and work my way back. I'm going to go with the Ducks here versus Purdue. You look at the Ducks. Oregon over their last few, and they've had their struggles. But Purdue on the road here, not where I want to be trusting Purdue, and that line's looking a little bit short. So I'll lay the 2.5 there with the Ducks in that one. I think they get the win over Purdue, and which should be a pretty good basketball game in that one. And then the other one I'm looking at here, I don't trust Manhattan here at home. Manhattan at home as a home favorite, they have not been good. They've been awful as a home favorite, have been the Jaspers. I believe I took against the Jaspers last week. I'm going to go against them again. Give me Niagara. Not great on the road, but look at that short number. Why is Manhattan only minus -1.5 favorite at home? Niagara hasn't been good on the road. It's just one of those lines that popped out at me that I'm like, I got to take Niagara because they look like they're paying you to try to take Manhattan, the home team in that one. The other one I'm looking at is give me the points with Xavier, the 9.5. If Marquette can not run DePaul, or can't run DePaul out the gym, they ain't going to run Xavier out of the gym. That's for sure. Xavier's going to be able to hang if they don't outright you. So give me Xavier plus the 9.5 in that matchup. And a couple more here. Where is it? There? Give me Central Michigan over Northern Illinois. There's a little action for you. A little action game. Central Michigan is by far the better basketball team in that one. And even on the road, line 10, it wasn't 9.5. It's now come up to 10. Just like we've seen in the football games. This -10 is going to be really tough to beat teams. So give me Central Michigan. I think they win by 20 in that action game. And then one that I gave earlier in the week, I got to go with, I'm going to go with Kentucky here at home. I don't trust Alabama on the road at that little, you look Alabama on the road, they love to huck threes. That's what they do. And if they're not falling, well, it's a really long day for Alabama on the road when they're not hucking, the threes don't fall. I'm going to take Kentucky -2.5 there in that one. And then the beatdown, I got to take Louisville minus the 15.5. Look at that Virginia team on the road, and they haven't been good. They were, this close to getting themselves a win in their last contest at home? Nothing like that 3-point nail biter to kick you right in the teeth to hand you that loss. It's like a gut punch. It's like, when that goes down as a team. Those Virginia teams are doo-doo there in that one. I think they lose by 20 or more. Louisville's going to run them right out of the gym in that one to kickstart the day in college hoops.
There you go, Ron. There, you get started. All right, on over to Ron.
So we're going 3 Eastern to 12 Eastern, right?
Yeah, the games that begin at 12 Eastern and go off at 3 Eastern. Yep.
All right, cool. So I agree with Rod on Oregon. Why? Purdue's just been crushing everybody, and they're a dog here. I think they're telling you something there.
What's going on there?
What's going on there? I think they're telling you Oregon's got that one in the bag. I'm going to look at Colorado. I think they're just a better shooting team. 47% from 3, and 35% from 3. I don't know why Oklahoma State's favored here, so I'm gonna lean on Colorado. Like I said, I like the Big 12 and the SEC, so I'm gonna move on and down a little bit. we're going Arizona State and Cincinnati. I think that one is a strong under. Look for about a 130, 132, 130 game there, maybe in the 120s, 60 type game. Cincinnati definitely keeps it low there. So give me the under in Cincinnati and Arizona State. And moving on, we have the next one. In that SEC tilt, I kind of like Alabama. They got beat outright at home against Ole Miss the other night. I think they bounced back. I know it's Kentucky. I know it's a tough place to go in Rupp, but I'm going to look at Alabama in that one. Arizona and Texas Tech. I'm not seeing why Texas Tech is favored here. I kind of like Arizona. I think the edge is definitely to Arizona, shooting wise and shooting the three. The only thing I worry about is Arizona defending the three, and that could be an issue. But I'm going to look at Arizona plus the points in that one. And let's see, K-State, KU. KU went into Hilton. Hilton's a tough place to play, and they got blasted. I mean, they kept it close. They come back. They went back and forth a little bit. It ended up Iowa State's a great team, guys. Just mark it down for the Final Four because they are a really good team. You're going to see them at the end. But this is, big brother, little brother, and K-State always come to play. I'm not a big K-State fan, but I think that K-State can stay inside the number with KU. So give me Kansas State plus the points in that one. And, of course, my Auburn Tigers. A couple of last games that we've gone on the road, it's just been, 66-63 with South Carolina. Of course, Johnny Broome, he's going to be out for a while. But, man, this Auburn, I was texting Rod the other night when Auburn just smacked up. I said, man, this Auburn team is deep. I mean, they are really deep. Another Final Four contestant you want to write down in your planner. Definitely look at Auburn. That line's only 5.5. I think Auburn can take care of business. Usually they don't do well on the road, but I'm going to look at Auburn in that spot. And this is a complete blowout. I don't like UCF. I think Houston just takes them to the house. I think Houston just blows them out. And UCF can't shoot the ball. They can't shoot the three. And this is one thing that Houston does very well. So give me the Cougars. Big in that one.
Yeah, from Ron, UCF coming back from that trip to Arizona over last week.
They didn't do it last year. I remember that one. That one got me last year when I figured that Houston was going to win big. Then UCF stepped up. I think it was an 8-point win. Houston was only an 8.5-point favorite in that one last year at the same spot. Yeah. So now they're a 13.5-point favorite. Ooh.
All right.
I'll take UCF plus the 13.5.
There you go from Ron taking the points there on
Houston
over to
Houston and UCF. I think this is going to be a good one. This UCF team has kind of been up and down. We've seen them, beat Texas A&M. We've also seen them lose at home to Kansas by more than 20. I know they're coming off a big game versus Arizona. This Cougars team is one of my teams. They're loaded. Lay it with Houston minus 13.5. Where we at here? Auburn and Georgia. I think these teams get up and down. Very familiar with Mike White since his days when he was another Bulldog. I think this total goes over 147. And one more here. Arizona and Texas Tech. I also think these teams get up and down. I think this total goes over 151.
There from Solo. Tell you what I think about in this block here. I'm going to go ahead and lay with UConn in this game. UConn, really good shooting team in conference, defends well at home. It's just with Creighton, they really struggle with turning the ball over offensively in the Big East. They don't rebound very well. They miss their free throws, 62% at the line, and defensively they don't force turnovers. They don't pressure the ball. You got to pressure the ball on UConn. I like the Huskies here. Also, I'm going to take the home team, Alabama, lay the 0.5 at home here against take Kentucky. Kentucky laying the home team here, laying the 0.5. A really good shooting team in conference, 49%. They defend well at home. Kentucky has covered 4 or 5. I'll be on Kentucky minus the 1.5 in this spot. Also, give me the let's see here at this next spot here. Give me the home dog here with Richmond Spiders plus the 7. The Spiders holding conference focus of 40% shooting. Billikens, a team that doesn't pressure the ball well defensively in conference. They don't pressure the ball, don't force turnovers. So I'll take the Spiders, the home dog here at plus the 7. All right, let's continue here on the 26th morning show as we get ready here for the next block of games. In block 2, we cover the games that begin at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time and start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So this block, Games beginning at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time and 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Over to Rod.
And looking at Tennessee taking on Vandy, there's a battle for you there. I'll take Vandy plus the 5.5. I know Tennessee's a solid team, but you look what Vandy does. They keep things close. They're at home in that one. I think they keep it close. I think Tennessee wins by 3 or 4 in that one. Give me the dog there. Give me the dog in Texas going into Florida. I think they can keep it close. Double digits for Florida and the Gators there. Nope. Give me Texas plus the 10.5 there in that one. And then you went all the way to the 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock.
The games that begin at 5:30 Eastern.
5:30?
Yeah,
all the way to 5:30. All right.
5:30.
I'm going to take Murray State. Why is Bradley's playing some pretty good hoops, but as a dog on the road there about 1, something looks fishy there to me. I'll take Murray State on the money line over Bradley in that matchup. Another one I'm looking at. Give me the over between Notre Dame and Syracuse. But we're going to see a track meet in that one. Easily get into the 150s. And then looking at speaking of Iowa State, look at Iowa State going into West Virginia. Trying to cover 6.5? I don't think so. Give me West Virginia plus the 6.5 there on their home court. I think Iowa State good shot to win that game, but West Virginia, we've seen at times give teams some fits. So I'll take West Virginia plus the 6.5 in that one. And then I know Iowa State's been good, but 6.5 on the road, good, tough against West Virginia there in that one.
There from Rod on over to Ron. Games begin at 3:30 Eastern to games that begin at 5:30 Eastern time. Over to Ron.
Yeah, Iowa State, West Virginia. I like the over in that one. I think Rod. I think that line's right on the number. We're going to see, but I like the over definitely in that one. I got that one, the 150 range there. So the one thing about West Virginia, they have done very well as a dog on the road. They've upset some good teams. They went into KU and beat Kansas in Allen Fieldhouse there too. So they're tough on the road. We'll see them at home here. I don't know. I still like that Iowa State team, but definitely want to look at the over in that one. Going back to the SEC, Vandy is they're in Nashville. Tennessee's coming in there. They do play tough, but I still think this Tennessee team found its grit the other night, and I think they come back big today and take Vandy. I know I had Vandy the other night against South Carolina, and South Carolina pulled it on us. Looking at Oklahoma, they've lost a couple in a row, and I was on them a couple times. Once against A&M, and I think Oklahoma, this might be their smash spot against South Carolina. So I'm gonna lay it with Oklahoma. I think they win by about 10 to 12 points there. And what was the other one? I think that was it for the SEC and Big 12. So that'll be it right there, Tony.
That block. Okay, on over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm going to look at Texas and Florida. I think these teams actually get up and down. I think this total goes over 153. And I like UMass Lowell on the money line over Bryant.
There from Solo. I got a couple on this spot here. I'm going to take UTSA here over North Texas. Take the plus 9.5 against North Texas. Mean Green away from home, shooting just 40%. Roadrunners have shot the ball well at home. Looking at North Texas, not very good with 3-point defense, giving 41% from beyond the arc, and they turn the ball over offensively. UTSA, a good 3-point shooting team, and they make their free throws. They force turnovers defensively in the conference. I like UTSA plus 9.5. Texas and Florida, I'll take the dog here with Texas here plus the 11. Longhorns away from home have defended pretty well in their road and neutral site games. They covered 3 of 4 in the conference. I'll look at the Longhorns in this spot here at that plus the double digits in this game here. Florida is 8th in defensive efficiency in the conference, a team that does not force turnovers to opposing clubs there in conference play. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we get ready for the next block of games. In this block, we cover the games that begin at 6 p.m. Eastern all the way to the games that begin at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So it's 6 p.m. Eastern start time to 8:30 p.m. Eastern start time. We start with Rod.
All right, looking at first one I'm looking at. Give me Austin Peay heading into Lipscomb. Getting 15. There's too many points for Lipscomb to be covered. Austin Peay scrappy bunch can cover the 15 there in that matchup. And then give me Long Beach over CSU Fullerton. It's just a spot for the Beach to smash CSU Fullerton. I like the Beach to get up there in that game. Another one I like here in this spot. I think I'm just going to continue to ride Duke at minus 23. They win by 30. I don't trust Boston College to be able to hang with Duke. They're just that much the better basketball team. They're going to slow Boston College up on the defensive end and just pound them off the offensive glass in the second chance points. Just keep it flying. Give me Duke minus the 23 in that one. And definitely not my favorite slate here. All the way to the 8:30?
All the way to 8:30 starts. Yep, 6 p.m.
8:30 starts. So looking at this LSU taking on Texas A&M at 145, I think it's too light on points in that matchup. Both teams can get up and down the court, and we get up and over the 145 in that one. I got it into the 150s, 154, 155 in that one. So about 9 points light on that total. Give me the over 145. LSU, Texas A&M.
Yeah, from Ron on over to Ron in this slot at 6 p.m. starts at 6 Eastern and starts all the way to 8:30 Eastern starts.
Yeah, Rod nailed it on that LSU A&M game. That's going way over. No problem there. We got a couple. We got the Egg Bowl matchup there with Ole Miss and Mississippi State. You know, Ole Miss coming off that outright upset of Alabama on the road. Now they're going into Mississippi State. Mississippi State is coming off a heartbreaking blowout to Auburn, if you want. But yeah, I think Mississippi State, this might be a get right spot for them. So let's lay it with the Starkville Bulldogs in that one. Arkansas, Mizzou, this one, you know, I don't know. I don't know what Calipari's doing at Arkansas, but it's not working. So yeah, I mean, I had him a couple times and I just don't know. I mean, he talks to the kids. He's yelling at them. I just do not know what's going on. And Missouri's playing some great basketball, you know. So give me Mizzou at home in Columbia in that one.
Yeah, from Ron on over to Solo.
Yeah, Duke and Boston College. I agree with Ron. I think the Blue Devils get it done. I think they pull away second half. I'm going to lay it with Duke. St. John's and Seton Hall. I'm going to lay it with St. John's. I know Seton Hall's played ball well this week, but I like St. John's on Saturday. I think they'll be ready to play this primetime game. I think Pitino will have them ready. I'm laid with St. John's. And one more. Ole Miss and Mississippi State. I like Mississippi State. I'm laid to -6.
Yep. Yeah, from Solo. Tell you what I think in this block here. San Jose State, Nevada. I'm going to take San Jose State plus the 13. Wolfpack here have not shot the ball well in conference, just over 43% shooting. And look at the Spartans here. They've covered 6 of 7 the Mountain West. The Nevada has failed to cover 5 of 6. This was a team that brought a lot of starters back and really have not played well. This Nevada Wolfpack team, the Spartans, all they do is cover spreads. Give me the 13 there. I'll be on the island with Ole Miss here plus the 6. They are 7-2 the spread away from home. And over their past 5 games, the Bulldogs allowing 45% shooting. I'll look at Ole Miss here plus the points. All right, let's I got one more in this slot. I think I do. Yep, I have one more in this slot. I'm going to take we're going to the 8. Let's see here what time this one starts here. 8 Eastern. Yep, I got this one here. Tarleton State and Grand Canyon. Give me Tarleton State plus the 15 here. Grand Canyon, a really shooting slump over their past 5 games, just 41%. They have failed to cover 8 of 10 at home, have this Antelope team. I think they've just been overvalued at home. The lines have been too much. Texans, they force turnovers defensively, and they defend the 3 very well, holding teams at 29% from 3. And looking at Tarleton, they're shooting 46% in conference. They covered 4 of 5. Give me Tarleton State here, plus 15. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Samore Show as we'll close out college hoops. These are the games that begin at 9 Eastern all the way to the midnight game. I think we got one at midnight tonight, do we? Yep.
The bailout Hawaii game.
Yeah,
there
right.
it is.
So, yep. So we go from 9 Eastern to midnight Eastern start times. We gone over to Rod.
Yeah, definitely not my favorite slot of games, but give me the over Santa Clara and Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga's going to run and gun and at home in that one. Yep, 160.5, not enough points. Give me the over in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at is there it is. Give me they're almost looking like they're trying to bait you to take an Oregon State here. Oregon State's playing played some pretty good hoops over their last a few matchups, and 3-point dog against the Dons. Well, that's a little fishy to me, but I'm going to go the other way. Give me the Dons there and that one. I think it was 2.5. It's up to 3. I think the San Francisco Dons love to run a gun like Gonzaga does, and I think they get to the Beavers there in that one and hand them a loss. 5-point win for San Fran in that one. And then we've seen Cal Poly at times step up and get some covers. Not here, not against the Anteaters. You see Irvine is the way better team there in that matchup. They're going to run a gun right from the opening tip and run Cal Poly right out of their gym by 20 plus in that one. No opinion on the bailout Hawaii game. Hawaii did us dirty last time. They didn't even bail themselves out. I went to bed and I got up and was like, what was that? Man, I'm glad I didn't stand for that. I might have been having to drywall a hole in the wall. Oh, wow. What was that?
Yeah, Bakersfield heading out there to Hawaii. That's your bailout. On over to, we got Ron. Now over to Ron.
Yeah, I got one Big 12 matchup, BYU and Utah. After Utah got blown out, and this line's only 1. I think they're telling you Utah is a play here. Give me Utah as a home dog +1. And I'm looking at the other Big 12 and SEC is pretty much done there. So I'm going to look at Santa Clara and Gonzaga. You know, Gonzaga is coming off that horrible loss in overtime to Oregon State. So, but Santa Clara is coming off a loss as well. So, you know, I like both teams to settle down and play a defensive game. So I'm going to take the under in that one. And then Oregon State coming off that big win in overtime, beating Gonzaga. Yeah, I think the Dons are the play here to rod. So we're going to lay it with San Francisco, definitely.
There we go from Ron on an overtime game there, right? With Oregon State on
Oregon
over
State,
to Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, BYU and Utah, I agree. I think the play is Utah on the money line. We'll take the Utes. And this Oregon State San Francisco game, I think I'm going to take the under 141.
There from Solo. I'll tell you what I think about this. I'm going to be on an island here with BYU tonight. Utes have struggled shooting the ball in conference this season. Looking at this Cougar team, 4th in effective field goal shooting in the Big 12, good rebounding team, and they hit 59% from 2-point distance, and they defend the basket very well. Utah, 15th in defensive efficiency in the Big 12. They're weak on the glass there, and not a good offensive team in conference as well. Just 27% from 3, and they missed their free throws. So I'll look at BYU in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show as we get ready here for hockey. But let's see what Solo has for sale over at Tony's Picks as we head into a big weekend of action. Football here for the next 3 days when you count the championship game of college football on Monday. And, of course, Solo put up some impressive numbers here in the NBA as well over the last 7 days. What do you got for sale, Solo, over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, we kind of heavy today. I think I got 5 total picks. Obviously, we got both NFL games. I think I got 2 NBA, and I got 1 college basketball right now. It's a huge card. I'm thinking about adding 1 or 2 more games. But we might hold some bullets for tomorrow. So sign up with me short term, long term. Pay me one of the good capitals. We ready to roll, baby. We heating up. Let's get to the bank.
Let's get to the bank with Solo over at Tony's Picks. You see the great results there in the NBA last 7 days. So get on board with Solo on his packages today. Remember, the 1-day passes are all profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit. The amount you purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Not so much on a long-term pass. They're still at a big discount. So you make the choice either get 1 day or get the long-term pass. Whatever you do, remember that promo code Tony T at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. Click the link in the description. That'll take you over to Tony'sPicks.com. All right, Solo, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great work, and we'll catch up with you later.
Appreciate it, Tony. See y'all later,
brother.
man. Good luck, chat. Good luck to everybody. See y'all tomorrow.
Have a good day, Solo.
Have a good day, Solo here on the Tony's Next Morning Show. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show as we get ready here for the hockey card. We'll switch over to the NHL. We'll cover the afternoon affairs. Games beginning at 12:37 all the way to 4:07. So just the afternoon. Actually, let's go to 6:07. So 12:37 p.m. to 6:07 we have in this block. Flyers and Devils. We got the Devils $1.97 total 6. Bruins and Senators $1.31 total 5.5. Stars and Avs in this one. We've got the Avs $1.19 total 6. Ducks at Panthers. Here we got the Panthers, big favorites here. $3.65 total 6. Ducks have been on the road a long time. Quarter ride.
Ducks have been on the road a long time. And what have the Ducks done? They got themselves a a shootout win last time out. And what do they do following a shootout win? They don't fare so well. 0-10 following a shootout win. Not a good spot here for the Ducks team heading into Florida. I'm expecting to see Gibson's getting the start there for the Ducks. We see Dostal last time, and that's why they got the nice little win in that one. I got the Florida Panthers minus 2.5. I think they whoop it up on the Ducks. It's just a tough spot. As they've been on the road a little bit. They get whooped up on that one. The defending champs. It's one of those breakout games. They've been only scoring 2 or 3 goals, but back there at home, I think this is a breakout spot there. And you know what? I'm looking at this Ottawa team playing some pretty good hockey. Has this Ottawa team, even without Allmark in goal, they've been stepping up. I expect a low-scoring one. It was a 3-2 win for Ottawa in overtime earlier this season, but not so fast. I got to take Boston there to get the revenge over Ottawa for that 3-2 loss, especially at the plus price. Boston's picked up their play. It's going to come down to we could see another overtime game in that one, but Boston pulls it out. Give me Boston in that one. And you know what? I'm looking at this Flyers team, and they're playing some pretty good hockey over their last few games. Winners of 3 of their last 4. Urson's definitely stepped up. If you want, you can take the plus 1.5, throw that into a parlay piece. But I'm going to take the Flyers to the money line to outright the Devils in that matchup.
From Rod on over to Ron.
Hey, Rod's got my notes there. Yeah, I'm with the Flyers. It's 15-9 on the road against the puck line, so definitely want to take the Philadelphia Flyers in that one. Boston, and we got Swayman, and yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, Merlanen, the kid is back. Rod, the kid is back. I don't know, man. He's favored. I think it's telling you everything you need to know, even though young and inexperienced. But like I agree with you. You know, the way Ottawa's been playing has been pretty good, and so I'm going to lean to Ottawa in that one. I agree with the Florida Panthers, blowout city. I think this is a big spot. I don't like Gibson in that. Dostal, we got him the other night, and definitely got that one. And I'm going to take the Stars to bounce back. We got Ottinger against Blackwood and net. So give me the Dallas Stars to bounce back on the money line there.
From Ron. All right, let's continue on the hockey here. We'll cover all the games at 7:07. All games at 7:07. We've got here Maple Leafs and Canadiens. We got the Maple Leafs at $33, total of 6. Flames and the Jets. The Jets here, 209, total of 5.5. Penguins at Capitals. Capitals, $1.81, total of 6. Blue Jackets at Rangers. Rangers, $1.77, total of 6. And we'll close this block off with the Red Wings at Lightning. Lightning here, 208, total of 6 on over to Rod.
Yeah, and speaking of the Lightning, give me Detroit. Playing good hockey. The only problem is you just keep your eye on that goalie report. I expect Talbot in goal in this one. It's the first half of a back-to-back. Most likely be on the lookout for Husso tomorrow for Detroit in goal. But today I expect to see Talbot. So I'll take Detroit at that nice plus price, playing some pretty good hockey. Wins the 7 of the last 8. As long as you don't see Husso in goal, Detroit's been winning games. Looking at Pittsburgh, hey, congratulations. You got yourself a nice win last night over Buffalo. But now you're in a back-to-back spot, and now you have to face a Washington team that's playing the much better hockey. Give me Washington to whoop it up on the Penguins in that one. Speaking of teams playing pretty good hockey right now, this Montreal team is playing pretty good hockey right now. We've seen a meeting to kick off the year in the NHL, and it was a 1-0 win for Montreal. We've seen Toronto get their little revenge. It was a 4-1 win back at home for them back in November, I believe it was. So this will be the 3rd meeting of the year, but Montreal at home, and the way they're playing, got to take Montreal at the plus price there on Saturday night in that matchup. And then you know what? You look at the Rangers off of that little road trip coming into Madison Square Garden. What have the Rangers done following a 2-goal win? Lost 1-9, I believe, following a 2-goal win are these New York Rangers. Columbus is hot, and you're gonna give me that big plus price. I got to take it. Give me the Columbus Blue Jackets over the New York Rangers in that one.
There from Rod on over to Ron.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page today, Rod. We're going to have a good day or we're going to be horrible. So, yeah, so Bumquist is back there for Pittsburgh now, and there he's got to face Logan Thompson. That's an easy one right there. I think we take Washington on the extendo line in that one, definitely. Yeah, who's the hottest team in the NHL? It's Detroit Red Wings. You got to keep riding them. There's no way I'm going against them. Not standing in front of that train. And, of course, Montreal, they've been playing great hockey as well. So I'm going to agree with that one. Calgary on the road, but nope, not a chance. Not here. Give me Winnipeg on the extendo on that one.
All right, there from Ron. All right, let's continue here on the Tony More Show. Let's close out hockey. These will be the games from 7:37 all the way tonight until the late night game at 10:07. So here we go, 7:37 to 10:07. We've got the Sharks at the Islanders. Here we got the Islanders 214 total 5.5. Wild at Predators $1.70 total of 6. Golden Knights and Blackhawks. Golden Knights 250 total 6.5. Blues at Hockey Club $1.18 total of 6. Oilers at the Canucks. We've got the Oilers $1.68 total of 6. And then we'll close it out here with the Kings at the Kraken. Kings $1.52 total 5.5. We start with Rod.
And then looking at these ones here, I'm looking at give me the Blackhawks plus the $1.50. Vegas second half of back-to-back. The Samsonov in goal for Vegas.
Yeah.
And we've seen good Samsonov, and then I've seen Samsonov like a good for 5 where he'll give up 5 goals. So it's a tough spot there, and this Blackhawks team scrappy bunch. I think it's a 1-goal game either way, so I'll take the $1.50 there in that one. And then looking at your Kings, Tony, I'm going to take the Kings there. You look at the Seattle Kraken team. First game back home off of that East Coast road trip. Tough spot there for Seattle. And what has the Kings done? They just continue to cover puck lines. 7 straight puck line covers for the Kings here. So for me, versus the Western Conference. So the Kings just get up for these conference games, and they cover the puck line. 7 straight. So give me the Kings on the puck line in that one. And then looking at the Canucks, if you've watched these Canucks, man, they're a mess. That bench is a mess. The coach he's lost the room. Let's put it that way. The Vancouver coach he doesn't know what to do. He's benching JT Miller, so he's angry at JT Miller. JT Miller's angry at the coach, and the players are fighting with each other and bickering. And when that's happening, you ain't winning hockey games. The Kings came in there and whooped you. The Oilers whooped you, what was it, 7-1 earlier this season in the first meeting. They whooped you and whooped you and whooped you, and you're in trouble here in this one. Sorry, but I'm going to be a homer in this one, and I got to take the Oilers to whoop up on the Canucks. No Canuck dancing until we see some improvement. They're just been, pardon my French, but ass. Just ass. There's no hockey. You can't bet on the ass team. No chance. 2 wins in the last 10? Ooh, no Canuck dancing there. And those 2 wins were a long time ago. So take the Oilers. Yeah, extendo lino on the Oilers. Minus 2.5, minus 3.5. The Oilers are hot. Speaking of hot teams in the NHL right now.
Spot there.
They're only a couple points. The Oilers have a focus and a goal where they're heading to right now, and they're well on the way to get there. They want the President's Trophy. They don't care about no curse. They're driving to get that President's Trophy. Why? Because McDavid wants home ice. He doesn't care anywhere else, but they want that home ice. He does not want to play a Game 7 in Florida again, ever. He wants to play a Game 7, and he wants to make sure that it's at home. And the Oilers are playing pretty damn good hockey. Watch out.
Watch out for that from Rod. All right, on over to Ron.
Yep, Tony, agree. The Kings are hot, man. They keep rolling. Give me the Kings again. Yeah, they're just rolling out there. I'm gonna look at Utah. What the hell, man? Utah home favorite? No. Utah at home? No, I don't want it. Give me St. Louis. Bennington's in that for us. Give me St. Louis there. And the best team on the road, still the best team on the road. I don't care if it's Fleury. I don't care if it's Gustafson. And we know Nashville is just horrible this year. And I don't know if they can ever straighten it out. So give me the Minnesota Wild as a nice road dog in that one.
There from Ron. All right, we'll continue here. Got you through the sports. No coverage on this new women's league. I don't know if you caught a peek of it. 3-on-3 basketball with women professional basketball unrivaled here. Debuting yesterday. Interesting concept there. Women's 3-on-3 basketball using WNBA players. We'll see how it goes here. Yeah,
a couple of the girls are owners in that, or managers in that league. Tony,
be careful with your Wild pick there. The Wild have lost 8 straight following a home loss heading into Nashville. So following a home loss, the Minnesota Wild team heading into Nashville, 8 straight losses. So be a little weary of the Minnesota Wild.
They're still the best team on the road, Rod. Still the best.
They're
team
still
on the
dealing
road.
with injuries. That's the part that scares me. Just
they are.
Look at the guy. Kaprizov's still out. I believe they got some guys out.
I'd like to see Gufson in that, but looks like it's Fleury.
It's Fleury confirmed. So that's why I'm just be a little leery. Don't go crazy. Don't bet the house. We know how bad Natural's been.
Don't bet the house, just a casita. That's it.
Yeah. I'm looking at Nashville. In the video, I gave Nashville in that one just because it's like, oof. You had the lead against the Oilers and you let it completely collapse. 3 in the third. Oof. I don't know.
Yep.
There we go. All right, we got you through the hockey. Now it's time for our parlay peripheral segment. The Cappers give us parlays, maybe team player props, or a game up in the future. Let's start with Ron.
Well, we're going to stick with the hockey and that's a little doggy dog parlay. We're going to take Detroit on the money line. We're going to take the Washington Capitals minus the $1.50. You got a plus price on that one. And then I'm going to take Montreal, another plus price. Little 3-teamer there on the ice for you today.
The ice there from Ron. On over to Ron.
Let's see. We got a 3-teamer. Let's go first. We're going to look at the NBA. And I'm going to take the Cleveland Cavaliers minus the 7.5 in that one. In the NFL, we're going to take the Houston Texans on the first half plus 6. And I'll give you a little soccer. Take Arsenal today.
So today from Ron, I'll give you mine here. I like Richmond plus the points with UConn college hoops, and also look here at Kentucky. Now getting up to 2.5 there against Alabama. So that 1.5 is gone now. That one is steamed there a little bit since the start of the show. So that one has moved there. So we get that 9 East at that noon Eastern's about to tip in a few hours here. That one has moved. All right, we got you through the parlay purple segment. Let's take a look at what the Cappers have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Headed to monster weekend of NFL action. College football returning here on Monday with the final. We'll see what Rod's got for sale over at Tony's Picks. Rod's put together another great year. It's great 2024. Now 1,600 units of profit in 2025. What do you got for sale, Rod, over at Tony's Picks?
And for me, over at Tony's Picks, I've got a 3-pack in the NFL action today, 2 sides on a total. I got a 5-pack in college basketball, just about put up, and then I got my NHL sniper play with a few more plays for long-term subscribers mixed in there as well. Loaded card. Best way to go is long-term. That way you don't miss out on any of those plays that I got rolling. And then later on in the card, we'll still be capping some of these college basketball games as you see, loaded slate 150. We get some late information. I'll put a play in there or two as well here on a Saturday. So you want to be aboard long term. That way you get those plays emailed directly to you. So hit the link in the description. That'll get you right on over to Tony'sPicks.com. And you can find that 2-for-1 capper promotional. Pair me up with another one of the hot cappers you see over at Tony's Picks. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off and have 2 cappers putting money in your pocket. Pair me up with Tony. Pair me up with Ron. And let's have ourselves a big winning day today in the slate of action. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys. Got aboard with Ron over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's take a look and see what Ron has for sale right now over at Tony's Picks. As Ron's been really good numbers here over the last 7 days on the leaderboard over at Tony's Picks. Also has put together some sharp numbers in the NFL for 2024 this season as well. So, Ron, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, I got my slap shot best bet. That's been really hot. We did drop it with the Vegas Golden Knights last night. Unfortunately, 3-2 loss there, but it's been really hot. Also, we got the NBA 3-point play, won that with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We got that on the board for you. And a couple college, of course. I'm taking it light in college. Had a rough time of this week with college, so we're going to ease back into it, if you will. Got a nice 2-1 last night with UCLA and New Mexico. But yeah, like Rod said, pair us up. You know, everybody here you see in is on the leaderboard, and definitely pair us up and get that 2-for-1 special. And don't forget to use that code TonyT at checkout.
That's right, guys. You got Ron over at Tony'sPicks.com. Ron doing some great work there. You get a lot of sports from Ron, coverage in hockey and NFL, also in the soccer leagues, English leagues as well. So get on board, European leagues. So get on board with Ron over at Tony's Picks. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Remember, all one-day passes are profit guarantee on the one-day packs. You must turn a profit. The amount you purchase will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Or to get the long-term pass, not profit guarantee, but because they're sold at such a great discount. So you make the choice. Whatever you do, use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Just a note on those long-term passes. Also includes any late steam plays that cappers may load in the system, and we allow our handicappers to post their plays between 10 minutes to 2 hours before game time. Those plays are emailed directly to your inbox using the email you provide for us at the point of sale when you purchase the package. So late steam also included in long-term passes. All right. Over at Tony's Picks. I got on board with Ron. I've got best bet on the board right now from the NFL. Had a great NFL season this year, also in college football. Also have a 3-pack in college hoops. We're working some more into the system. So guys, get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. Get my 1-day pass or get the long-term pass. Remember that 3-day pass will get you covered Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with that college football game coming for you in the finals. So no greater time than now to get that 3-day all sports pass and multi-capper. Match me up with any of the guys here at Tony'sPicks.com with a multi-capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, we got you through the show. Guys, we're with you here every day here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be live with us so when the plays come in, when we give you the plays, you get them right in real time. But if you missed the show, we do archive them over on our YouTube channel at Tony's Picks. Just hit the live tab and you'll be able to watch the show. You need help with the late games, just go back and rewatch it and forward to the spot that you're looking for. So make sure you check us out here live on Tony'sPicks.com show, morning show. Also, we debuted the show this week at during the Monday through Friday, 5 Eastern. It's the happy hour hosted by Ron and company. So tune into there for picks there during the week. And of course, we also have on-demand content. I've got on-demand content right now from NBA as well as NFL and college basketball up on Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And of course, Cappers contribute as well. So Rod, what do you got over on the on-demand at Tony's Picks and your plans for the rest of the week?
Yeah, I got you covered on all the hockey action over there at Tony's Picks on any game. So if I didn't cover a game here, definitely go check it out. We've got you covered on all the hockey action there. And I'll be covered the rest of the week going for the hockey action. And as Tony alluded to, the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Definitely tune into that. Good times had by all and some winners. Definitely give us some winners there this week to kick off that as well. So definitely go check out the on-demand content over at Tony's Picks and the YouTube channel. Check it out. I'm sure Ron's got some up there as well. So does Tony. Definitely up in the content for you guys here at Tony's Picks.
Absolutely. And of course, Ron, what do you got over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel? Your plans for the week?
Yeah, we got a video up there right now for the Houston Kansas City game. Just kind of omit that last full game Houston. I've changed my pick on that one. Let's still going with the first half, obviously, in that one. And also, me and Rod shot the national championship. We went 5-1 on the first couple of videos, so make sure you get on there and look at that national championship, college football championship video, because we were red hot in that one. And of course, you'll see me every night on the happy hour with Rod. So yeah.
Tune in there to Ron and company there, and Ron who owns happy hour and more. So make sure you tune in, guys, with you here live every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern with the Tony's Morning Show. So make sure you tune in. All right, that's gonna do it for the show. Just one quick pick at these NFL games. Got a lot of discussion today. Still KC 10 and juice. They'll give you a juice if you take the 10 here, and 10 plus 116 here with the Lions here. So maybe this will hit 10.5. I don't know. We'll see. The way the numbers are up here, they want you to take the 10. You must have. We're talking about Penny right now. Took a big bet here on these favorites, and that's where it sits. DK and FD are still 8.5. So, quote unquote, public dogs. I guess if you're on the dogs, you'll be with the public today in these games, right?
That's if you go by that sample size, right?
Right.
When you look at the sample size, it's saying public dog is the way to go. Why? Because we've seen a whole bunch of favorites in that first round. It's like.
Yep, that's probably what the sharps are trying to get their money back on the favorites, because they think, well, there's a huge gap between these teams. These teams are just the favorites are just so much better than the underdogs, but they got to play it on the field. We'll see how it rolls here.
Right? It's sort of
Favorite
when won and lost on the field, not on the paperwork. I'm watching a line move on a bet game of just a little sample size of this bet. Look at the number. It says number of bets on. The Commanders and the Lions, that little sample size is only 130,000 bets. I'm quite sure there's more than 500,000 bets a bet on that game already across the country, maybe globally. Yeah, globally as well.
Globally,
so,
yeah. Pinnacle takes the big bets.
Yeah,
Pinnacle and Chris and take the big bets, and Pinnacle takes the biggest bets of anybody, and they've got the big bets, the big sharp money there on the favorites in this game Circa still 9.5 there on the games. South Point 8.5, 9. Circa 8.5 on the Chiefs, and that's the Circa took their number down. They don't want us to see their number all of a sudden. Maybe they don't want to get hit. I don't know why they took their number down from my live stream service. But Circa's 8.5 with KC. Penny 10 there. So big battle here between the sharps there. Some people probably buying back Houston, thinking in that spot there. So yeah, the battle between the sharps right now in these big sharp books. That's all I pay attention to is just the sharp books. I could care less about the other ones. They do nothing for me. But keep an eye on Pinnacle, Chris, and Circa. That's all you got to follow. All right, that's going to do it here on the 26 Morning Show. Back tomorrow. Guys, did anybody have anything to say before we go?
No, thanks everybody in the chat. Good support out there, and we appreciate it.
Appreciate everyone's support as always in the chat. Appreciate it. Good way. Goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning Saturday. We're back tomorrow here on the 26 Morning Show.